I bet you all are wondering, what happened to those 8 units Kevin was talking about buying in Ventura? Well, stay tuned, sit back, smash that like button if you haven't yet, make that red subscribe button gray, and stay tuned to find out in this day in the life of a realtor. Hi! Hello, Max! We're gonna talk about a ton of updates. I owe you guys so much cool information. I think you'll really enjoy coming along today. Here's what we're doing. Right now, I'm on the way to visit a client's house that we're prepping for sale. This is gonna go on the market soon, so you'll kind of get to see what we're doing, what we're not doing, where we're spending money, where we're not spending money, and so on and so forth, some of the challenges that have come up. Then we're checking out the 8 units that I live streamed on Instagram, so if you don't yet follow me on Instagram, make sure to check out my Instagram, @MeKevin, obviously. You get to see these cool updates as I'm kind of filming them. We'll also drop in on my in-laws who are renovating a 4-unit apartment building, an amazing apartment building. That thing's worth like $2 million. We'll check that out. I'll show you that unit. After that, we have a client moving out in a different city, so we'll drive over there. We'll make sure everything's going good with his move out. We'll see how we can help him out. Then we're gonna hit up a different client that just bought a flip. We'll see how his flip is going and provide insights, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about what the plan is for it. That's all after I already worked out at the gym and ran 4 miles. I also chipped my Tesla wheel hub. I think on my way over here I hit a curb. Oh, yep, that's a bummer. That's actually, it looks worse than it is. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. There we go. There you have it, good as new. Can I blame autopilot for that? I don't think so, but I'm about to autopilot lane change. Here we go. Hands off. Oh, passing the semi, yeah. I love that. It just blows my mind that I could do that. Then we're going back to film a new lecture for the course. Thank you, first of all, so much to everybody who's been emailing me for the support about the detailed amount of information. People are like, oh my gosh, you're putting in one lecture what I would expect to be in an entire course. And I just did the math yesterday because somebody left me a comment on YouTube that's like, well, how many videos are you going to put? Right now, we already have 206 videos planned. That means you're paying less than $1 per lecture. That's insane. A lot of people are like, Kevin, that's too cheap. You're gonna make your course seem like it's cheap and low quality, but it's exactly the opposite. And I think that's why people are emailing me. Somebody else emailed me, they're like, wait a minute, you said refunds till December 31st. What? Cut me off? Come on, you know not to cut off an autopilot. Don't do that. The car don't do that well. Somebody asked if there are strings attached to the refund I'm offering. No, take my word for it. Personally email me, kevin@meetkevin.com. I will take care of you. I really think once you get through this content, you're gonna go, where can I donate more? Because I underpaid. So after I film that, I gotta go to a housewarming event for a client that bought a place, and we're doing a Nintendo Switch party. So I've never been to a Nintendo Switch party, so let's see what happens. This van is doing its thing again, so I gotta get back to driving. I'll see you guys later. Hey, it's still on! So we're at our first destination. The painters are behind the schedule. This is classic. This is classic construction. So it is what it is, but we're gonna see what we can do. So this is a new painter, the first time I'm working with this painter. This is also a new client. I recommended a few different options to the client in terms of what we should do to prep the property for sale. One of those things was painting it. The kitchen is a 90s kitchen, which is a plus in that it's not an original kitchen, but certainly it's not gonna be the HGTV 2018 kitchen we're all looking for. This property is going to be a lower, more sort of entry-level property. So the last thing we wanna do is go in here and replace all the light fixtures with high-end everything, replace the kitchen, redo the bathrooms, because this market doesn't justify that kind of pricing. But what it does justify is move-in readiness to some degree. So what we're going to do is, again, paint all the walls. I use Edgecomb Gray. That's Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Gray. You can color match that pretty much anywhere, Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, whatever. We're also going to make sure we get rid of this kind of carpet. We had some mildew in the house, so we had a professional environmental company come in. These clients want absolutely every client to be licensed and insured, which is good for them. Eliminate, sort of wash their hands of that liability. This room, I noticed, doesn't have carpet right now. I think our carpet vendor should add carpet to that, because we told them add carpet where there is carpet, and it's all been removed in the bedrooms, but that bedroom should have it as well, because that flooring's not gonna cut it. I'm gonna talk about one more update that we did at this house that was actually, in my opinion, something that was pretty crucial. The roof line has what's called a ridge cap. That's the very peak of the roof. So right here is the ridge of the roof, and we replaced the cap there because you see this house over here, their ridges are pretty torn up. And the first thing that people look at when they look at a new house is they look at the roof because people have images of this roof leaking and destroying their house. And ridges are a great tell as to the age of a roof. So by replacing the ridge, when the rest of the roof is still in relatively good condition, could actually be a way to save a lot of money on an entire roof replace versus just replacing essentially the bad part, the ridge. Hey, we'll see you later. Now we're going where I've been wanting to go for the last 2 days. We're gonna check out those 8 units. I can't wait to show them to you, so here we go. Oh, sorry, had to come back with a tip. The tip is with contractors, incentive pricing, folks. We didn't do that on this deal because the budget is so tight, but I always encourage, if a bid comes in at $5,000, hey, we'll give you $5,500 if you just get out on time. Now, sometimes the way I'll do this is if they say they're going to be done on the 15th, I'll say, fine, you have until the 17th, and I'll give you $500 extra. But I'm going to start planning people around that. So if you miss the 17th, I'm keeping $500. People tend to get stuff done then when you do it that way. Again, didn't do it on this one. Kind of wish I did. But budget prevails. I'm about to make a call to a client who has a really tough situation. She bought a place for $680,000, and now they're comp selling in the neighborhood for $630,000. I didn't help her buy the place. She bought a new construction from the builder with a bunch of upgrades, and now they got relocated. Yeah, the problem is with 0 calls and 0 interest on our broker tour, it's a sign that that new construction pricing at $629 and us at resale is kicking us in the butt. The last thing we want as well is to adjust to the correct price in, say, 4 weeks, and then people come through and they're like, well, why has this been on the market for 60 days? You know, what's wrong with it or whatever? And that's always the worst thing. So reacting quickly, best case scenario, it gives us multiple offers. Worst case scenario, it just gives us something a little faster. But we usually don't end up giving anything away.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to get it done. So, yeah, I mean, I think if that's what we got to do,
it's time to see the 8 units. We're here. By far the best car they could have chosen to put out front to greet investors. Competing investors, that is, because if this were my building, that thing would be gone in 20 minutes. I love looking at real estate. Oh, who's calling me? Oh, I forgot my phone. I need that. Now, the agent mentioned that there's common water, so 1 water meter for one building, 1 water meter for the other. There appear to be 5 meters here, so I wonder what these are all for. Could be for some other buildings, although they look like they have their own as well, so I would get to the bottom of that first. Check out this. First thing I always like to do is walk around the outside and kind of see what's going on. Got an ABS clean out here for this property. That's good for this sewer line. This one probably has a sewer line. That one probably has one. Okay. The neighboring building needs to be cleaned up a little bit. This one's in a lot better shape. Gonna be your kind of typical stress cracking on the outside. Stucco job doesn't look that bad overall. We'll have to see what's going on the inside there if we can get inside. All dual pane windows. We'll want to see that those are done with a permit. Nick, the listing agent's over there meeting another investor. Check it out. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's juicy. Juicy rot right at the bottom of that, but that's not a big deal. Most of this building on the outside is stucco, so you're not going to be dealing with too much rot on the outside. You get these posts that are sitting right on concrete where water pools a little bit. That's pretty typical. I like that they converted these into garages. These carports can be converted into the garages as well. See, this is interesting. This unit has the separate gas meters. These opening windows like this are actually much more expensive than typical sort of just slide open windows. I always recommend painting fences outside. They decay so fast otherwise. Definite water intrusion issue in this unit. Look at this. That window's cooked. I don't like stored propane tanks. If I were managing this, firewood and stored propane tanks, no. As well as furniture and an abandoned car. They actually pick up their hose though, that's nice.
So this is representative. They do hardwood floors on the downstairs. They have kind of this original 50 style tile in the kitchens and baths.
Yeah, linoleum tile here.
Linoleum here. They get on the newer units, to turn, they're doing $20.95 on downstairs, and they're doing $1,900 upstairs. Upstairs has carpet over the hardwood.
Are they all lease or month to month?
They are, I believe, all month to month.
All of them.
Per month.
Cool. And when were all the windows done?
Within the last 10 years, windows and roof.
Are they copper throughout now, these units, or are they still with some galvanized?
I don't know.
Trying to find out if they have copper plumbing. Let's see. Oh, galvanized. What's behind this lot?
I believe it's an apartment building.
My guess is some water might be sitting on this guy, kind of going down the wall here. That's why the back's a little white. But not a big deal either, some flashing. This is the fixer. So they ripped out carpet, exposed the wood, same linoleum tile. Are they working on it then?
Yes.
Are they trying to get it rented?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some work first, and then put it up for rent.
Yeah, make it look like the other one's okay.
What happened here, the guy had an AC system, and it leaked.
Oh, old hardwood slats. That's cool. All right, I don't know how I'm feeling about these units. See, the problem is rates are just so high. Right at the end of my conversation with the listing agent, we were talking about if rates keep going up, I don't know, how can we sustain pricing like this? The numbers just don't line up. Financing is too expensive right now. People who have locked in loans, great. Home buyers, you could still get decent loans, but these big deals to pay 5.6% interest, I don't know. You know, I really owe you some detailed numbers, but let me just give you some quick ones off the bat here. 30-year fixed for that 4 unit and another 4 unit, 5.625%. That's for a 30-year fixed. Adjustable rates are worse. Can't go multi-unit commercial unless you want to do 7-year arms, but even then, these are 4 units, and most commercial lenders only want to do 5-unit plus. So this is like the opposite of the wedge. Let's go see if father-in-law wants a sign. Meet Bill, my father-in-law. He just had a birthday, so wish him happy birthday in the comments.
Hi.
But what are you doing? You're cleaning door hinges.
Yes, so just a little save money wherever you can. I thought what would be a good idea, as opposed to taking all the doors off and removing all the hinges and then having the painter spray the doors and then attaching the hinges, and it's a lot of work. I thought it might be best, I'll show you. I would have the painter paint the doors, spray the doors while they're on their hinges. What happens is he will spray the doors and the jambs, but it goes so fast when you do that, and we're replacing all the flooring, so overspray on the flooring doesn't matter. So what he would do is he'd spray the doors and the jambs, so you get this nice factory spray finish. But the problem is you have overspray on all the hinges. But what I did is I would remove the middle hinges of all the doors first, and then I would put them in a bucket of lacquer thinner, and I would let them soak for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then I would go back out here. Be sure to wear protective gloves, because lacquer thinner is a little bit harsh on your skin. But anyways, I would put lacquer thinner in this bucket, and I would use this wire or this little brush to brush off all the overspray paint, and it comes off like super easy, and this gets in all the nooks and crannies. Then, including all the screws, rinse them all off in a bucket of soapy water. Now I can replace all the middle hinges on the doors. And if you got like 15 doors, the middle hinges go pretty quickly, and then once you attach the middle hinges, then you do the upper hinges. And then when you do this process for the upper hinges, then you do the lower hinges. Then you have factory sprayed doors with all like new hinges. They look like new, and I guarantee that I saved a lot of money and a lot of time.
This is getting a brand new kitchen. Yes, new kitchen, new, like that, yeah. This is an alternative color to the color that you've seen me use before. This is called Haze, which also works really well with that Swiss coffee trim, which there are no baseboards right now. The doors! The trick with those hinges too is, see, 2 hinges hold the door while you work on the other one. Not a bad idea. And then you got 2 options for a bathroom like this. There we go. You know, tub, cast iron tile here. You could reglaze the whole thing with like an acrylic liner, make it look really nice for like $800-900. Or maybe you just tear it out. I mean, a tub doesn't cost that much. If you can tile it pretty inexpensively, it might make sense to go all new. So we'll see where we go with that. Oh, client is flying out tonight with her son, and husband is driving. 5-day drive. Oh, they took the coming soon sign down for me when we put it on the market. I'm actually also representing the buyer on this house. So next time I come back to this house, I'll be showing it to some new homeowners. Time to go film another lecture. I feel like a professor when
How does that exactly work out?
Yeah, actually, great question. So here's what we're gonna do. Next week, we're gonna do a final walkthrough, probably Thursday. I always like to try to get in there a day or two before closing. So if Wednesday's better for you, we'll do that. And then once we actually record the transaction, which is usually around 2 or 3 p.m. on Friday, I'll give you a call. We'll have the keys at the property, and either myself will meet you or whatever. I usually like to be there. If something crazy comes up, then it'll be Kathy or whatever. But we've got the keys already for you.